Sports. Prosper to jump it up with Iwuchukwu, and Notre Dame controls.
Right away, you see Kennedy Smith has the defensive assignment on Hannah Hidalgo. Lindsay Gottlieb likes her size on the smaller Hidalgo.
Here's De Jesus, flinging it out. Sanchez dumps it to the corner. Prosper flips it up and in. Kassan Prosper, an elevated role this season, and has been delivering in the early going, averaging 18.5 points per game. Lindsay Gottlieb has Samuel start at the point, and London Jones come off the bench. The UCLA transfer. Feels like Samuel's a true point guard. Davidson backdoor, surrounded as the pass knocked away. Niele Ivey in her 6th season at the helm of Notre Dame. 4 straight Sweet 16s. A very different group this year, though, for her. Sonia Citron moving on to the WNBA. No more Leah Tu King. Olivia Miles transferring as USC turns it over.
And one of the areas where Jazzy Davidson has struggled a little bit early this season is her ability to make shots from the perimeter. And you saw on the first set, Lindsay Gottlieb trying to run a back cut for her to get a layup. She did the same thing against South Carolina. Wasn't able to get that shot, but trying to get her going to the basket early.
Sanchez fires, no. Rebound Prosper, draws 2, kicks it out. Hidalgo can't hit the 3, and the weak side rebound taken in by Dunn for USC. Here's Samuels, hesitates, can't bank it in, but draws the foul. Free throws here from Aaliyah Samuels.
And one of the things that Niele Ivey told us they had to work on a lot this week was their defensive transition. It was interesting to me to see on the defensive board by USC, 3 Notre Dame players surrounding it, which allowed USC to have the numbers going the other way.
De Jesus picks up her first. Notre Dame leads the all-time series between these teams 9-2. Won last year out on the West Coast. This is the first matchup in South Bend since November of 2005 between these teams. De Jesus kicks to the corner. And a travel from Sanchez, who went with the fake rather than the take.
And you see with USC defensively, the priority is to wall up in the paint. That happened that time. So what you're going to see from Notre Dame is opportunities to get a paint touch and then spray the ball out for 3s.
And we heard Lindsay Gottlieb saying that at shoot-around today. No easy layups, no easy drives. Dunn has it poked away by Hidalgo. Here's Hidalgo in transition. Peels back out. Bounces to Prosper. Good pressure there from Kennedy Smith, a terrific defender. The sophomore for USC. Prosper a 3, way off. Rebound. Bransford has it taken away by Davidson. Here comes the freshman Jazzy Davidson. Euros in, can't finish, bodies hit the floor, and Hidalgo comes away with it.
But I do think that's the best part of Jazzy Davidson's game. Getting out in transition is usually very good with the Euro step.
Offensive rebound and the denial from Davidson. A big-time block from Jazzy Davidson. Samuels gets a wide open look and knocks it down. All set up by the freshman Jazzy Davidson.
And that's what you see this young woman can bring, is she can get it done on the defensive end and lead the charge the other way. Good decision maker in terms of whether she wants to take it herself or involve her teammates.
6'1", very long though. Bransford. And a foul called on Davidson now this season. Notre Dame, and you've seen the way they've struggled out of the gate, so for 4. They've had similar woes. Last year, they led the nation 39% from 3 as Davidson misfires there. Gets it back on the handoff and able to scoop it in. This year, just to finish that thought, Notre Dame just 28% as a team from 3. That's 254th in D1. There are those numbers we're talking about. And And a travel on Bransford as Notre Dame turns it over.
But you see Davidson is the primary matchup on Bransford, and Bransford is a bigger, stronger build. So I think that's the right mentality for her when Davidson is on her, is to try to attack the rim.
London Jones into the game for USC. You know, I'm looking forward to the game, but I have to say I'm a little disappointed.
Okay.
All right, we've had wonderful experiences here in South Bend. And part of the reason is there's a random fan who always brings us this mountain of delicious chocolate.
Yeah, like the gourmet kind of chocolate.
And we haven't gotten our bag of chocolate yet. It's hard to focus on the game, wondering if the bag will ever come. I'll do my best.
The night's young. Maybe they're just caught in traffic.
I hope so. A whistle here as USC turns it over. Yakaya Milton into the game. A junior forward, formerly of Auburn. So Jones and Milton both in off the bench for USC. And that is out of bounds, but a foul first. Or no, they're gonna give the basketball to USC, call the foul against Notre Dame, and that's on Coles, who just came in. Leah Coles, a Wake Forest grad transfer. Part of a bevy of transfers for this year's iteration of Notre Dame. Good post there, deep position from Dunn, and able to finish, an 8-2 start for USC.
A really well executed Princeton set from USC that time. They get the wing on ball and then a nice delivery inside.
Here's Hidalgo, draws two. To Jesus, jitters, dishes, Bransford able to drop it in. Much needed bucket for Notre Dame. They have missed 6 straight and had 4 turnovers as well.
And you see how congested the lane is defensively by USC, but if Notre Dame can get a touch in there, you will find an open player, whether it's out at the 3-point line or the mid-range like that last possession.
Notre Dame suffered its worst loss under Niele Ivey against Michigan last time out. They had a great week of practice though, according to Niele Ivey as well as the players. A lot that they thought was tough to watch from that film, but learned from and got to work. Prosper will fire, no. Rebound taken in by USC. It's Milton on the board, now Davidson up the floor. Jones using the screen for Milton, gets blocked by Bransford. Hidalgo jets away with it. Hidalgo turning on the burners, banks it in.
And that's where she can be so dynamic, right, Ryan? Going end to end, using her quickness, especially when she goes to the right side. That time finishing over a small, but often she can finish over bigs as well.
Smith, beautiful take, and the left-handed lay.
Another player with such a great frame when she can attack the rim. She's been posting up more this season as well, using her size and strength inside.
Kennedy Smith, Big Ten all-freshman team a season ago. Hidalgo gets fouled by Smith, and we'll go to the line when we get back. A 10-6 lead in the early going for USC on ESPN. We got to see our good friend and colleague Carolyn Peck will be calling the game Monday here. Going to take in a Notre Dame football game tomorrow for the first time. Very cool.
As a former coach at Purdue, she has to decide which shade of green she's going to allow herself to wear to the game.
That's right. Somehow I think it won't be as lime as the Irish green. Hidalgo with 4 points. USC a 2-point lead.
See Notre Dame extending their pressure on that possession. Any team that goes against Notre Dame, the #1 key is taking care of the basketball.
And Hidalgo pokes it away and lays it in. You've seen how sneaky Hidalgo can be. Already 2 steals. She is the last 6 points for the Irish. Another turnover from USC. Bransford dishes, Hidalgo. No. Sanchez the rebound, another chance here for Notre Dame. They're 0 of 6 from downtown, gotten some really good looks. Hidalgo turns the corner, takes the mid-range, can't knock it down. And a strong rebound by Kennedy Smith.
You saw 2 possessions in a row where Notre Dame was in a zone.
Singular, her impact when it comes to pestering the basketball.
And it's when it's the player she is defending, oftentimes it's when she's coming over from the help side.
And the other night, Hannah Hidalgo not only had 44 points, but an NCAA record 16 steals. 44 points is wow. 16 steals is unheard of.
Is incredible, yes.
Thrown away there on a poor entry pass. Here comes Jazzy Davidson. She has it deflected by guess who? Hidalgo that nearly returns the favor. Hidalgo, Euros, tried to get a whistle, could not. Stood up beautifully by Samuels, a great defender. Smith then can't control it. You got a slop fest back and forth. Hidalgo, though, cashes in. And Lindsay Gottlieb is insisting on a timeout. Finally had it acknowledged. A 9 on their all-time career mark.
And that run started when Notre Dame started extending their pressure against the dead ball and then going back into a 2-3 zone. Interestingly, it's the zone that has sped up USC, and it's again Hidalgo.
Hidalgo knocks it away. Samuel's able to control it.
But you don't normally think of a zone as being the defense that's going to speed a team up.
Right, such a great point. Davidson still can't hit a 3. Lindsay Gottlieb talked to us about it, said she's our best shooter. She just hasn't seen him go down. Moore ran out of options. Smith takes it away. Cross court, what a beautiful pass. That 3 is good for Mendez, make it a long 2. And one of the things Lindsay Gottlieb was highlighting to us about Kennedy Smith, she said, hey, she is an excellent passer. You saw it right there. About a 13-second difference, game and shot clock. We still haven't gotten the bag of chocolate. Here's Prosper, the jab step. Can't hit the jumper. Rebound Samuel, shot clock turned off. USC should hold for 1. Davidson attacks, went too early. Able to finish, but Notre Dame with 8 seconds left. Hidalgo pacing herself. 3 seconds. Hidalgo will hoist. Can't hit. And that'll do it for the first. Notre Dame a 1-point lead after 1. Wanting her to be aggressive like that on defense. As Kennedy Smith nearly poked it away. And a foul here on Prosper, set a mean screen on Smith. Oh, are they going to call that foul on Smith? And Lindsay Gottlieb is confused, thought it was an illegal screen.
It certainly looked like an illegal screen.
Yeah, let's bring in Dee Kantner, our rules analyst. Dee, what do you think here?
Well, I actually think that left knee caused her to go to the floor, and I would have called it an illegal screen.
Yeah.
I agree with you, too. Not often, but today, no.
And we know you don't always get the illegal screens right, but I agree with you on that one.
And it's a significant foul because it's number 2 on Kennedy Smith, the critical player to USC. It's also extended a possession that led to Hidalgo burying her first 3 after missing her first 3 attempts. We're pumped to have Dee Kantner as a part of our broadcast team all season long as our rules analyst. Dee, who worked an astounding 26 Final Fours as an official, 41 years, 36 of them in the NCAA, 5 of them in the NBA. Bransford hounded. Dunn and Davidson there. Davidson comes away with a steal. Davidson been impactful on the defensive end. Samuels able to slip it in.
Davidson may have gotten away with the travel there, but does a good job of delivering the basketball after.
Been impressed with her activity on the defensive end.
Very.
Prosper, good take. Just couldn't quite drop it in.
She's had a nice aggressive mentality, though, on the offensive end so far here.
For sure. Real Shetita into the game, setting the screen for Davidson. Real Shetita again with the screen. Dunn turning, taking, left it short.
Tough shot, but once she picked up her dribble, she did not have any teammates cutting and giving her another option.
Front rim, no. Davidson the rebound. And you can just see the speed and athleticism of Davidson when she gets going in the open floor. Davidson dumps it off, and Real Shetita is
from 2-point land.
Absurd. Just a sophomore. Jones gives it up. Davidson still with time. Calling for the screen. Davidson looking to separate from De Jesus. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Jones has to put it up. Denied by Branford. Good defensive possession there for Notre Dame. Bransford spinning through traffic. Met a bunch of bodies. Had nothing going on the interior. Wide open layup is good as Mendez.
USC coming out here in a 3-2 quarter court zone defense. The first we've seen that this game.
Prosper surrounded. Able to squeeze a pass out to the corner. De Jesus finds the other corner. Sanchez connects. Not a three. First bucket of the game for Gisela Sanchez. Notre Dame had missed their first 6 3-point attempts. Now they've hit 3 of their last 5. Tied at 21. Dunn leaves it short. Sanchez gets it into the arms of Hidalgo. Bransford out to De Jesus. The floater is good.
A really nice job for Notre Dame settling in against this zone. First you get the open look in the corner, then you attack the paint, get the mid-range look.
Jones loses it. Here's Hidalgo with Prosper to her right. Prosper misses the layup. Good contest by Davidson. Then Prosper throws it away. Both teams have done a poor job protecting the basketball in the early going. Davidson surrounded by bodies, still able to squeeze it in.
She uses her length so well in there, going to her strong left hand, but kind of floating the finish up above.
Each team has turned it over 8 times. Davidson 6 points.
There you go, USC back to their man-to-man. 0 for 2 in the zone.
Sanchez, not that time. Davidson, strong rebound. Pushing pace again for USC. Davidson had some space to maybe pull up. Didn't take. Has not found her 3-point shot yet this season. Came into this game 3 for 22. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Gets a look here and hits.
And that was a nice, good look. Her feet were set, just a simple catch and fire.
Davidson up to 9 points. She leads USC in scoring. Hidalgo leading Notre Dame. A nice visit with the USC star, and she said, hey, this is my first year as an upperclassman. She's my freshie. She is the only freshman on this team. And Juju has really leaned into that role of trying to be a mentor for Jazzy, and then also just trying to pour energy into her teammates. She's traveling every game, doing 95% of her rehab with USC's training staff and athletic performance group. So she is around and imbibing her team with positivity.
We saw her during shoot-around today, just as one of the passers as well. I mean, another great job by Hannah Hidalgo. Notre Dame back in their zone defense, and she just continues to be just so disruptive. And you'll see it here, just her freedom to roam, and then the corner is the perfect place to try to corral someone. You and I were talking about it in the quarter break. Have we seen a more disruptive defender since Brittany Griner and the way she could do things defensively in that time since Griner to Hidalgo? I don't know that we have. Did it in very different ways.
Right. Real Shetita hits the jumper. Moore separates, leaves it short. Rebound, taken in by Mendez. Here comes Davidson again. Guarded by Moore, gives it up to Samuels. Samuels fires, had it blocked by Bransford. Hidalgo comes away with it. Moore, a three, rims out. Rebound, snared by Samuels off the deflection. Davidson, another try. That one too much on it. Hits Mendez and tilts out of bounds to Notre Dame. Hey, let's take a look at the Charleston Classic bracket. The low. How'd that feel for you?
Lovely.
Nice.
I like 3-point Jesus when we're going to a basketball game.
That might be the name for Steph Curry, speaking of Davidson.
Yes.
De Jesus, right on cue. The Lord has spoken. all. De Jesus has 8 points, 2 of 4 from 3. Smith turning, twisting, and finishing.
That's what I was talking about earlier in this game, is her ability to just post up on the block, using her size and strength. I'm a little surprised that she's remained the primary defender on Hidalgo, considering she has those 2 fouls.
They dump it in, knocked out of bounds by Iwuchukwu. Stays here with Notre Dame. Tightly played first half. USC shooting at 52% from the floor. De Jesus. Oh. Was trying the no look on the interior to Coles, but overthrew her, and Notre Dame turns it over for a 9th time. Smith, another great pass. Samuels connects.
And not only the great pass, Ryan, but to know where to look when she caught the ball there, that the weak side wing was probably what was going to be open.
So Lindsey Gottlieb was talking to us about Kennedy Smith is such a great plug-and-play player, surrounded by other talent. Doesn't matter, she doesn't need the ball, because she makes plays like that, because she has an awareness like that. As that's knocked away and ends up with Davidson. Done on the deflection. Neither team is led by more than 6 at any point, as Davidson has it taken away. Moore off the steal. Hidalgo gets the step, the dish, De Jesus. Again! Her third 3 of the half.
Turnover once again for USC, and it leads to a great look for Notre Dame going the other way.
USC a 2-point lead on Notre Dame. 1 minute to go. Under a minute 45 seconds remaining as that's thrown out of bounds, and another turnover. 10 turnovers apiece from USC and Notre Dame.
Notre Dame gets the turnover one way and then pushes the other way. Smith took a minute to get up from the floor, trailing the play, and De Jesus just with a great look at it from the left wing.
De Jesus, grad transfer from Duke. Had a career-high 22 points in her Irish debut against Fairleigh Dickinson back on November 5th. Hidalgo, no. Rebound Mendez. She takes it across. Hidalgo harassing, and a travel. Again, Davidson and USC going too early in the shot clock for a final possession of a quarter, and this time they turn it over for an 11th time.
Just a young mistake.
Yep.
That's just a young freshman mistake.
So now Notre Dame can hold for a final shot here. Hidalgo, 5 seconds, gives it up. Prosper rumbles in, leaves it short. And that'll do it for the first half. Either team. USC 11. Take a look at our game summary. See the points off of turnovers. Notre Dame 7th in Division I this season, averaging about 34 per game. As Hidalgo gets free on the putback and lays it in.
Really smart job by Hidalgo. You saw her as soon as the offensive move was being made to just kind of sprint in from the top of the key in case that board was there.
Catch and fire, 3 is good. Dunn able to bury it. USC 5 of 10 from 3-point range. 5 ties, 6 lead changes in this game. Notre Dame ranked 24th in the country. USC 11th. Sanchez scoots through traffic to hook it in.
Sanchez has been impressive here early in this third quarter.
Samuels. Smith turns, can't hit. Prosper the rebound. Hassan Prosper. Hidalgo to the corner. De Jesus around and off. Smith the rebound. De Jesus hit 3 threes in the first half. Came into this game struggling as we were Drea detail.
Winning corral.
Like a little running back finding the hole.
There you go.
Davidson 4 to shoot. Gives it up. Dunn another 3 is good. 2 threes out of the gates in this third for Kara Dunn, the Georgia Tech transfer.
Lindsey Gottlieb was telling us this morning that was one of the big keys for her team, was to start shooting the 3-ball better. So we've got good shooters, we just haven't been making the shots.
And Gail Ivey said we have got to contain their guard play. You saw those numbers on Dunn, 3 for 3 from 3. Samuels also has been good, 9 points, 2 of 3 from downtown. Davidson will fire, back iron it off. Hidalgo the board, her 5th. Bransford the crossover in traffic, can't force it in.
Again, outstanding job by USC on the defensive glass.
Davidson with Hidalgo lurking, goes all the way to the cup.
She did a really nice job of using her frame to shield herself from getting her shot blocked.
11 points for Jazzy Davidson. Here's Hidalgo. De Jesus directing traffic. USC has matched its largest lead. It is 6. Hidalgo, a bomb. No.
It's good defense by Kennedy Smith to make Hidalgo catch it so deep.
Smith gets the step to the corner. Davidson can't get it to go. Putback is stripped by Hidalgo. Another chance is good. And Smith has given USC the largest lead of the game. It's up to 8.
Finding her way. She had the game winner against NC State, got in early foul trouble and struggled a bit against South Carolina. And just how different it would be for her if Juju Watkins was playing. You know, you wouldn't have one of the best perimeter defenders on your team guarding you every possession.
Well, and next year, USC has Sanaya Hall coming, the #1 recruit in the nation. Plus you get Juju back from injury. Could be a seriously stacked USC team.
Just think about that backcourt.
Yeah. Nice look from De Jesus, having a nice night as Coles lays it in. Yeah, you have the #1 recruit in the nation, 3 of 4 years picking USC. hook it in on the reverse side, but is fouled and will shoot two.
Survey the landscape in front of us. How do you feel about the new rule that allows players to be untucked?
You know what? I got to tell you, I'm not, I'm not a crotchety old man who gets angry about things.
You're a crotchety young man.
Yeah. No, I usually, I like bat flips, I like celebrating and homers. I don't like the jerseys untucked.
I hate it.
Yeah, I don't think it looks
sloppy.
good. D?
As a referee, it is the greatest rule change ever.
Okay, why?
Because
That's
it was maddening. It was maddening. You'd ask them to tuck it in, then it would come untucked. Then you had to ask them to tuck it in again. Then it was just maddening. It was a fabulous rule as the officials feel.
Okay, so you're saying just from an actual tangibility standpoint,
absolutely,
the jerseys just become untucked so often.
And sometimes tall players had short jerseys, and it just was disruptive to the officials.
Okay.
We love the rule change.
See, I like that. I was going aesthetics, you're going practicality.
I know, and I like aesthetics, trust me. But
with all due respect, do we really care about making the officials' lives easier? Look at this. It would look better if they were all tucked in, everybody.
I can't help you.
Rebounding, assists, steals, blocks.
Here's Prosper off the steal. Prosper to the rim, lays it in.
That's what Notre Dame needs to do, is to try to turn USC over again, get easy looks going the other way, cut into this deficit.
London Jones giving it up to Davidson. Dunn comes with the screen. Davidson. Dunn. Another for Cara Dunn. Now 4 for 4 from 3, and that one was well contested. Three years at Georgia Tech, two-time All-ACC. Sanchez dumping it in, and a foul.
Just see the attention that Jazzy Davidson's getting, but she gets the ball over to Dunn and just smoothly hits that one.
Season high in points and threes made for Cara Dunn.
This last possession, Malaya Coles was working. Malaya Coles was working so hard posting up inside.
Hidalgo couldn't quite pop that one in. De Jesus comes up with a steal. Hidalgo pounds it inside. Got grabbed by Jones. And Hannah Hidalgo is going to shoot two.
She's just so deadly, Ryan, when she can go towards, with her strong right hand towards the basket so quick.
We were talking with Neil Ivey about Hannah Hidalgo and the different performances of late, right? She has the 44-point, 16-steal game, and then against Michigan, where she saw just remarkable defensive attention, terrific game plan. She goes 4 for 21 from the floor, 0 of 8 from 3. But Neil said, this is what's amazing about Hannah, her work this week, how driven she is. She said she's just so competitive that I know when she has a game like that, the next one, she's coming out and going to perform better.
Yeah, and at some point she is going to find her efficiency from the three-point line. Shot 40% from 3 a season ago, has been struggling so far this year from deep.
Dunn putting it down in traffic, and Prosper was all over it. Tie up, possession arrow stays with USC. Fun seeing Lindsey Gottlieb's son Jordan at shoot around today. He was just getting to shoot with Juju Watkins, work on one end with her. No big deal, you know. Said some of Jordan's friends went as Juju on Halloween, but for him, no big deal.
Right.
Nice play defensively by Coles. Opportunity for Notre Dame. Cut a little closer. Bransford has it taken away by Smith. Kennedy Smith stops, turns, and is fouled hard by Hidalgo. And Kennedy Smith is going to shoot two. Now you have a busy weekend
I do.
because you are headed out west for the draft lottery Sunday, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN. You, Malika, and Jeanette?
Yes, the
All
three
right.
of us will be in studio. Excited for that.
Here's the most fascinating part, I think, of the draft lottery here.
Let's hear it.
Minnesota has the second best odds to get the #1 pick because of their shrewd trades with Chicago. They could get the #1 pick. Speaking of WNBA stars, Skylar Diggins-Smith and Kalia Copper, both in the building. Erica Wheeler, too.
Yes.
But, I mean, can you imagine Minnesota,
No.
who's had the best record in the league last year, was a whisper away from a finals championship year before, getting the #1 pick?
Be incredible. And you know, Dallas has the best chance to get the #1 pick for the second year in a row.
Right, could you reunite AZ and Paige if they do get that first pick?
Yeah. Right now, I do think AZ Fudd is the favorite to be the #1 pick in the draft if she continues to perform the way she has since the Final Four a year ago and the early part of this season as well.
You'd expect Flaugier, Olivia Miles, Lauren Betts, AZ, all to be lottery picks. Foul here. Goal against Prosper. Here are some of your top prospects. I know you've watched some of Awafam from Spain too, and she is very impressive.
She's very impressive, and she's only, I think, 19 years old, just 6'4", long athlete. Her upside is incredible. Not be surprised at all to see her taken in the top 2 or 3.
Deep position from Dunn. She's shown it on the exterior, now getting it done inside. Largest lead for USC. It's 11. Mid-range jumper, no. Here comes Jones trying to evade Hidalgo. Looked like she double dribbled twice.
Because I think she
Finally,
double
it's
dribbled
called.
before that, didn't she?
She did, D? Yeah. All right, D, let's see it.
Let's see, here we go.
She, right there.
Right there's one.
Yeah.
And then my Forsberg got the second one right there. There we go.
You know what? And with all due respect and in fairness, all of us would double dribble multiple times if Hannah Hidalgo was our defender.
Exactly.
Hidalgo.
Jump ball.
It's tied up, yeah.
There we go.
No, I'm enjoying very much when Dee Kantner gets to sit right next to us, because every call that's made, she either nods her head. Actually, most of the time it's nodding her head. On occasion, shakes her head like no. But you know, it's, I don't even know if you know you're doing it, Dee.
I know, I'm trying to be a stoic. It's very difficult for me to be stoic, I have to admit.
Oh, 41 years out there.
I'm still there.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
Feels like this crew has done a nice job so far tonight.
Absolutely. They're very consistent. That word that we absolutely abhor as officials, that coaches use all too often, but I think this crew's doing an outstanding job.
Don't you love the, well, if you call it down there, you got to call it over.
I know. And they compare the proverbial apples and oranges, but I didn't say that.
Dee Kantner, our rules analyst, joining us this year after 26 Final Fours officiated. Nice take on the run there from Ayanna Moore, the Vanderbilt transfer. Second team All-SEC a couple of seasons ago at Vandy.
Hannah Hidalgo on this possession a couple of times has fought to front Smith so that she couldn't catch a ball in the post.
This is how Notre Dame generates offense. DeJesus lays it in off the 15th USC turnover. A little juice in the arena. Notre Dame trying to create some life headed to the fourth. Samuels, 4 to shoot, under pressure. Hidalgo the takeaway. Hidalgo in the clear. an examination of this, and people are going to wonder just how and why. Davidson trying to get it back, could not. DeJesus threw it off her, and Notre Dame picks up right where they left off at the end of the third when they went on that little 6-0 run.
Just incredible energy that time defensively by Notre Dame, and coming out, and Jesus getting to the ball and throwing it right off Davidson. When they were in the open floor, I think Bransford actually grabbed a handful of Davidson's jersey, and maybe if it was tucked in and would have come untucked, the officials may have seen it.
Oh, there you go. See, so now you're bringing tangibility back instead of just aesthetics.
Yeah.
It really doesn't look good. Here's Hidalgo. Giving it up. Bransford traveled. A lot of turnovers in this game. USC with 17, Notre Dame with 15. Davidson will check out. Kennedy Smith, no, check that. Davidson just communicating something to Kennedy Smith. Here's Davidson. Has 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals as well. Davidson elevating, leaves it short, followed it up, but Bransford able to control it. And then Bransford foul by Samuels in the backcourt. Hey, you can catch Notre Dame's next game Monday night. First turnover of the game for Hidalgo. Notre Dame trailed by 11 late in that third. It's 5 right now. Dunn has had a big night, 17 points, 4 of 4 from 3. Smith, great touch pass. Samuels can't hit. Smith the rebound, and it knocked away by Bransford. Hidalgo running the break. DeJesus got it to her too late, inaccurately as well. She was wide open in the corner, and Hidalgo just waited too long to get it to her, and then threw it low. Sanchez flings it out to DeJesus, 4 to shoot. DeJesus gives it up. Sanchez in and out. Davidson thought about the 3. Dunn will fire. In and out. First miss of the day from 3 for Cara Dunn. 7:45 to go in the fourth quarter. First meeting between these teams in South Bend since 2005. Notre Dame leads the all-time series 9-2. They won out west last year against USC. Foul here against USC.
And you saw 3 on-ball screens by the Fighting Irish and 3 really hard hedges by USC, and Notre Dame handled them really well. And that's one area that they struggled against Michigan. And Neil Ivey told us they worked on that a lot over the course of this past week, and that was a good example of it. They're just handling that kind of pressure much better than they did a week ago.
Hannah Hidalgo getting a breather.
How long do you think this breather's
Not
gonna
long?
be? Yeah.
Yeah. DeJesus gives it up. Prosper over to Bransford. Long 2 is good. And it's a 1-possession game.
Again, handling the hard hedge well on the right side of the floor, moving the ball to the left side, and you get a nice open look for Bransford.
51-48, USC in front. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Iwuchukwu gives it up. Smith the 3, back iron and off. Bransford, great box out. Bransford running the floor, low pass. Moore digs it up. Moore on the drive, can't get it to twist in. Offensive rebound underneath. Bransford muscles it around and home. An extended 10-0 run, and now the students really into it. Smith pedaling through traffic and gets the whistle.
KK Bransford has a terrific frame, and you see her strength here, the pump fake. That is a tough finish into some contact. Yeah, that went through. She looked really, really good in their last game against Michigan. Kind of eager to see her game continue to develop after a year off a season ago because of injury. A little bit quiet here tonight, but I think this is a young woman who has a really bright future in the pro game.
That point right there, the first USC point in more than 6 minutes. Meanwhile, you know, to your point about KK, BL Ivy was just raving about her leadership to us. How smart she is, how hard she works, the way she understands their system. De Jesus on the attack, had it stripped. Davidson ends up with it. Jazzy Davidson trying to wiggle through traffic, could not. Hidalgo ends up with it for Notre Dame. A chance to tie. Hidalgo off to De Jesus. Short and out of bounds on the 3. Under 5.5 minutes to go. Smith behind the back. Little floater short. Coles the rebound. Back into the arms of Hidalgo. The rest was brief. Bransford rumbling inside. Gets the whistle. Decided to go 1-on-4. And able to get to the line.
You've seen that now, though, on both ends of the floor. I thought Kennedy Smith on one end would kind of force the look and, you know, went 1-on-1 into a tough shot. And then here, Bransford's going to get to the free throw line, but maybe not the best decision to attack there.
What a turnaround, though, here for Notre Dame. The end of the third felt like USC had all the momentum, built an 11-point lead, and then just in the final minute, Notre Dame able to force a couple of turnovers, go on a 6-0 run to end the quarter, and then cut it further down here at the beginning of the fourth. 2 missed free throws there, though. Notre Dame has not led since it was 23-21. Davidson a 3, no.
USC took 20 seconds to get their players into the right position to run their set. Lindsey Gottlieb was doing everything she could on the sideline to orchestrate, letting them know where to be.
De Jesus giving it up. Prosper dives in. Tie game! A 12-1 Notre Dame run, and this game is square at 52. Here in the fourth, they have held USC to a single point in this fourth quarter. Both teams have had a tough time scoring. Knocked away, Davidson spins back to it. Dunn has been hot all game, Mitty is good. Kara Dunn with 19 points. She's 7 of 10 from the floor.
Certainly making something out of nothing there, because Notre Dame's defense was very good, preventing USC from making the passes they wanted to make, preventing them from switching sides of the floor.
To the corner. Prosper back out. Hidalgo just 1 of 6 from 3. Does have 18 points. De Jesus fakes, leans, no. Rebound, Bransford, yes!
Jazzy Davidson actually had pretty good position, but Bransford just used her strength to overpower and corral that old board.
Tied at 54. Hidalgo picks the pocket again. Hidalgo gives
those feet and hands that last possession, and here she goes again.
First lead since it was 23-21, as Hidalgo will pick up the foul there after her 5th steal of the night.
I mean, just watch her hands, watch her feet. She's just moving, moving, moving. It's almost like she's doing a defensive drill and then gets around the world and pokes it free. You can almost see the look on her face, Ryan, like, I am about to steal this basketball.
Yes. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals for Hidalgo. Notre Dame trying to come up with a big win. Smith denied, stays right here, 12 to shoot. Davidson, guarded by DeJesus, 6 to shoot. Davidson knocked away. Bransford on the steal, finds Hidalgo, can't finish. Bransford saves it. Bransford gets fouled by Davidson, and KK Bransford is going to the line.
For most of this game, USC has done a really good job on the defensive glass, boxing out, getting those rebounds, but Notre Dame has come alive here recently, especially KK Bransford, getting the second opportunities for her team.
Up to 9-0 boards for Notre Dame compared to USC's 4. Trojans have turned it over now 20 times in this game. Notre Dame entered this game 11th in the nation, where she just missed 2 free throws and misses another. Bransford 70% on the season, but has missed 3 in a row here in this 4th. Got that one. Meanwhile, USC has been held to just 3 points in this 4th quarter. Notre Dame on an extended 17-3 run dating back to the end of the 3rd. Davidson will fire and hit. Tie game at 57.
Huge shot for Jazzy Davidson, especially considering, you know, she's struggled to hit from 3.
Had been 1 of 7 tonight, and it's struggled all season and thus far. 3 for 22 entering this game. Big one there to tie it. Hidalgo bounces, Coles kicks, Prosper digs it up, 7 to shoot. Davidson there. Bransford rumbles in. Davidson with the block. What a rejection from Jazzy Davidson. And now USC can go in front. Dunn spinning, taking, and hitting. Kara Dunn with 21 points. USC back in front by 2. Timeout Notre Dame.
We've talked about the flashes that we have seen from the #1 freshman in the country, Jazzy Davidson, a huge one, stepping in with confidence to tie up the game, and then you see her in the middle of the floor, just coming over, help side defense.
Hidalgo gets around Smith, big screen from Coles in the corner. Prosper can't hit the 3. Wow, Kennedy Smith just took a shot on that screen, and a foul in the backcourt against Notre Dame. Kennedy Smith still a little shaken up.
I'm still shaken up from watching that. Holy cow, the amount of contact.
Bang.
That was an illegal screen to me.
What do you think, D?
By rule, you have to have 2 strides. Yeah, that's a judgment on that. Did she have 2 strides before contact on that screen?
Gotcha. Smith twisting, can't finish it. Bransford the rebound. Under a minute to go, Notre Dame ball, down 2. Hidalgo guarded by Smith, the crossover through the lane, the shovel, and the layup for Bransford. Tie game at 59.
Hannah Hidalgo handled that beautifully. Just navigating the defensive attention.
12 seconds remaining. Crowd on its feet at Purcell Pavilion. 7 seconds. Hidalgo with 3. The pull-up. You bet! A stone-cold killer in South Bend. 1.9 to go. USC uses a timeout.
You can send a ball screen. She's going to reject and go the other way. Just so good at creating for herself. Kennedy Smith is right there. Is contesting her hand in the air. Hannah Hidalgo just has a...
This season, the effective plays Lindsay Gottlieb has drawn up in these spots.
Yeah, she's got a lot of really good sets from the sideline inbounds with this amount of time left. You know, it's easily time to catch and shoot, try to get something going towards the rim, especially if you know the defense is switching.
Smith to inbound. 1.9 remaining, Notre Dame by 2. Smith deflected, Prosper has it, and that will do it.